Hi, soul family. I should raise this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'll wait a couple seconds until everybody gets on. I think it's, oh, look at that. I'm not even late. 2 minutes. Hi. I'm just gonna wait till a couple more people get on, and then I'm gonna start with the message. What if we should do this outside? I just heard yes. Oh, but it's so hot. All right, it's just Beth, that's fine. I'm just gonna start because I got stuff I gotta do. Hi, Amy, as soon as I say that. Okay, so there's an important message that needs to come out at this time. Hi. And it's about the energy in objects and how they affect us, and how our thoughts and other people's intentions and thoughts also affect us and others, and how powerful they are. So it's actually really the reason it came up was actually really negative. And I've been shown by Spirit for quite a while. It's awful. And I got it this morning. Actually this afternoon, I just got it a little while ago, that this is a person, me, that is very disliked or hated. She's hated. And I thought, what? And they said, well, she's actually very likable, but she's hated by somebody. And I thought, well, that sucks. And I don't like to be told that, because then your mind starts thinking, who is it? And why do they feel that way? I mean, I don't do anything that should be making people hate me, right? But a lot of times, other people's thoughts and feelings are subconscious, and they aren't even aware of the hate that they're sending out, their toxic energy, and how it can affect us. So, I'm gonna turn the radio down. So the reason and I've been told by my father, I've been told by Spirit, by my guides, that I need to get out of this house, that it's very toxic for me. And I thought, that's odd. My landlord's a friend of mine, and he's really good to me, And everything that seems to go wrong in his life, it happens to me. And if something goes wrong for me, it happens to him. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Everything. If he gets a flat tire, I get a flat tire. I mean, everything, it keeps happening the same way. Very cool, Amy. So I immediately, as soon as I'm given that information, I ask for a shield of protection around myself. I use selenite to clear and cleanse. I burn sage. Obviously, I'm the Queen of Wands, California Sage Wands. I open my doors. I let the fresh air out. I ask for any cords to be cut, because we don't know who's throwing shit at us, barbs or swords or wrapping cords around us. So literally 5 minutes after I got the message again, my landlord comes up. And he says to me, I got to tell you something. When you were gone, his ex-girlfriend came over. And we're talking 20 years ago. They haven't been together forever. But they've stayed friends. And I've talked about this before. When my ex-husband and I, we were divorced for years. And we ended up hanging out together as friends. We were friends for 7 years as best friends after we were divorced. No sex, no intimacy, nothing, just friends. But he got into a relationship with someone that was important to him, and I was moving on my spiritual path. And I was in Wisconsin, and I was guided by Spirit to call him and tell him that he needed to let me go. And I needed to cut cords with him, because there was a part of him that was holding on to me, and as long as he was doing that, he wasn't going to move forward, and I wasn't going to move forward. And so I did that. I was walking across the Steel Bridge one night. Actually, it was in the afternoon. And you see that I wear glasses. I lost my vision when I went back to Wisconsin. My sight was taken from me just instantly. I didn't have to use glasses before. And so I'm on the bridge, and I call him. And, we're really good friends. He's a great guy. He's still a great guy. And I said, you need to do something. And I know you're not going to understand it, and you're not going to like it, but you need to let me go. And he goes, what are you talking about? You're my best friend. And I said, I can't be your best friend. I'm not supposed to be your best friend. Julie's supposed to be your best friend. And he goes, that doesn't make sense. And he says, it's different. And I said, no, it's not, because the tie that we have is causing a problem between you and her. It's causing a problem for you, and it's causing a problem for me. And we don't, even understand that. And so he thought I was being, no, he's not into my spiritual work like I am. So I said, can you just do it for me? Humor me. Can you just please say, I cut cords with Sherry? And he said, fine. And he said, I cut cords. And we both started crying. Both of us. It was awful. It was worse for me because I was in Wisconsin and I didn't know anybody and I just lost my best friend. Right? And so it was a very selfless act for me. But I knew that this woman that he was with, Julie, I knew the second I met her that was his soulmate. I knew. I was told. And he needed to be with her, and I was in the way. There was a bond between us that was in the way. It wasn't because I wanted him. It doesn't because he wanted me. It's because there was a connection that needed to be severed. And so we did that. So I told you guys a little while ago that before I left to go to Sedona this last trip, I took 2 pictures out of my suite, 1 picture out of my suite and 1 was outside of the door. And it was a picture that I had acquired when I was with my ex-husband. It was the only 2 things left that we had gotten together. And it was a really exciting time of when we were together. We were just newly married and we were super happy and everything was just in a really great place. And when we got those 2 pictures, it was a big deal to both of us. They were expensive, they were beautiful, and it was a big deal. So there's like an energetic bond. And so I thought, you know what, I gotta get rid of these. And I was helping my landlord fix up his place. Hi, you. Yes. So he, I asked him, I said, do you want these? And he didn't want to accept them because they're very expensive pictures. And I said, no, please, I want you. He's done a lot for me. And I said, I don't want them in here. And when I gave them to him, I walked out of the hall into the hallway and my whole body had a reaction. I started shuddering and crying. And I thought, wow, I didn't even know that there was still a cord between us, which probably interfered with his life as well, and unbeknownst to either one of us and not by any intention of ours. It's telling you that things hold energy, and they hold positive energy, but they also hold negative energy. And so if you have something from someone and it was a toxic situation or something went very bad or it's just over and you don't want that tie to that person, you need to get rid of it. It's very important. People think, oh, we'll just clear it, we'll clean it, and we'll clear it. It doesn't work. I'm a spiritual teacher. I do this all day, every day, and I have for 10 years. And I had to remove those items from my house. Spirit kept saying to me, release your ex, release your ex. And I thought, I'm not holding on to anybody. It doesn't make any sense. The only person that I hold in my heart that way is my twin soul, and that's for my spiritual twin. It's different. You know, and I'm not holding on. I've said even to him, when I was in Sedona, I told you guys a couple times before in the storm, I was sitting doing a cleansing bath and a ritual, and I said to my spiritual twin, I release you. I love you and I release you. I take all of my energy back and I give you all of yours. I release you, I release you, I release you. And when I said that, my moonstone fell out of my ring. So there must have been some kind of because you never cut cords of love. It's always dysfunctional cords that are cut, right? Something that shouldn't be there. So my landlord came and he said, you know, when you were gone, Renee came over to, he goes, and I wasn't really comfortable about her coming over. I didn't know why, but he hadn't had her over in about a year. And this is somebody who had been in a relationship with, and, you know, she had broken up with him, gone back to someone else, come back and forth. And he said, you know, when his mother was alive, she was jealous of all of his girlfriends. But this one was the only one that she wasn't jealous of because she was French, as well as his mother. Remember I told you guys I keep getting French, France, French. What is this about France and French? What is this? It needs to be released. It was all around me. And it was that. So I didn't know why that. But he said she went out and looked on your patio and saw, and he had this, you guys might have seen it in one of my readings. It was that circle of little terracotta people all standing together like the United Collective. I've used it in readings before, and they're all holding hands, right? And he said to me a long time ago, because it was sitting on it, he goes, you can have that. And I said, no, that's okay. And I said, well, I'll just use it while I'm here. And when I leave, I'll just leave it. And that was a couple of years ago. And now when I went to leave, he goes, just take it. He goes, I don't even remember where I got it from. Just take it. I don't want it. And it looks like your stuff. So she looked out on my patio and she saw it. And she said, I don't want her having that. You get that back from her. And then she went into Liger's room. My cat sleeps in the guest room, right? And there's a big teddy bear on the bed. And I've had this in my dreams again and again and again, this teddy bear. And what was interesting is Spirit said to me, first Lily slept with the teddy bear, then Liger slept with the teddy bear, then Willow slept with the teddy bear, and now Siam sleeps with the teddy bear. And I'm like, who's the teddy bear? What is the problem? But it's a problem. And so he said she went into the room and she saw that teddy bear and she got very upset and she said, that stays here. She is not taking that. And I'm just like, wow. I said, 5 minutes before you walked in here, Spirit said, somebody hates you and they are sending venomous anger towards you. And I said, and I went over to that terracotta thing and I said, take it and get it the hell out of here. I don't want it anywhere near me. And take this bear away from my cat. When I came home, Liger was underneath the bed and my landlord said to me, Liger's been really upset. I don't know what's wrong. He's pooped in my master bedroom twice. And I said, has anybody been in the house? And he goes, no. And I said, he only does that if workers come into the house and he's afraid, right? He is afraid of somebody. He was afraid of her. She went into his room. And he has stayed underneath the bed and been upset since. So my landlord goes, get your freaking sage. And I saged my whole upstairs and he asked for it. He went downstairs and he saged. I told him about selenite because what I was doing was Liger and Willow and Sammy, all of my cats, I make these Reiki charged crystal diffuser necklaces for them. They're for the powers that they hold, for the energy that the crystals hold for them. I put intention on them as well, and this is what they wear. But crystals fill up with energy. And they hold toxic energy. Whatever's sad about them, whatever's when I went away and he was lonely, whatever it is, anything that's negative, it is filled into the crystals. So you need to clear the crystals and then recharge them. So selenite is it's one of the only crystals, and it's very inexpensive and easy to get. This is a selenite wand I have here. It clears and charges every other crystal. Now, kyanite is also a clearing and shielding, and it doesn't absorb any other energy. It won't absorb any other energy from any other crystal. So I was telling him, before he told me the story, that this is what I do for my cats. And right now, Liger hasn't been feeling well. I didn't know why. Now I know why. So he's getting his collar cleared and charged, and then I will fill it with Reiki again and specifically program it to protect him from outside feelings and energy that's been thrown at him, because that's what's been happening. So he's got this big, beautiful picture, and I love this picture. And I said, why don't you hang that up? And he goes, oh, it's got a piece of broken glass. And he never gets it fixed. And I always wondered why. And he came up and he says, you know that beautiful picture that you like? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that was hers. And I said, wow. I go, you know what? You need to get rid of it. And he goes, I'm just going to put it on the street and have somebody pick it up. And I said, no, it's too expensive. It's beautiful. And so I said, let me ask my daughter if she wants it, because here's the deal. My energetic connection between my ex-husband and I has no effect on my landlord. It's like if I go to an antique store and pick up, or a garage sale or a secondhand store, I can pick up something and it won't affect me because those people don't know me, right? There's not an energetic tie to that situation. But I can't have it. And I said, I don't want that picture anywhere near me. I don't want anything. And there was a couple of crystal pieces that were out in the hallway right here that were hers. I said, please get them away from me, all of them. So he did. And so it wasn't, and the thing that what you don't understand is, if you're jealous of somebody, jealousy is the most vicious, awful, awful, toxic energy. It is the worst. I will never be with a jealous person, ever. I was married to a jealous man, and we couldn't even go out and go dancing. He'd end up in jail every single time because someone would look at me, someone would talk to me, and he would punch them out, knock them out, and he'd be arrested. I was constantly accused of cheating on him, and in the end, he's the one who did it. Because, of course, generally people who accuse you are the ones who are doing it themselves. So jealousy, it's one of the most dangerous energies to have around you, and thoughts of your own. So if you have feelings of jealousy, you need to ask yourself why. You have no competition. There is no one better than you. There is no one more deserving than you, no one more worthy than you. But if somebody goes to someone else and they don't choose you, it's thank God, because it was a blessing for you. It wasn't meant for you at that time. My twin's not with me right now. He's not with me. And I bless him. I release him and I bless him on his journey. All I want is his happiness. Clearly, I want him with me, but when he's meant to be with me, he's going to be with me. I've seen it. There is no denying it. But I'm not throwing myself into somebody else's relationship. So I have to detach. That's why Spirit says detach, detach, detach with love, right? I see you surrounded in light and love. You are the love of my life. But if you happen to be with somebody else, I need to detach because I don't need that energy near me and you don't need it around you. So this can also happen with family members. Family members can be jealous of your attention to somebody else. And with their negative thoughts, what the hell was your landlord's ex doing in my space? I know. Well, he was showing her all the work that we've done out on the patio. And I had no problem with that. I didn't know. He was taking care of my cats, right? I had no idea that she was throwing hate. So what she was doing is she was going from room to room and she was literally throwing that toxic energy everywhere. My cat was attacked. And I said, what you need to understand is Liger is me. That's my spirit cat. And that is me. Lion and Tiger, that's me. So all the negative, and right now the song, it's backing it up. And what was interesting is the song started to play when he came in here. And I said, wait, you need to listen to this. Because my landlord's a little bit passive aggressive. He doesn't want to say things that it's hard for him to say things. It's easier for me to say it. And it's hard for me sometimes too, right? He couldn't say, here, take your stuff. I don't want it. He couldn't say that. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. But sometimes you have to be straight with somebody. So the song that came on was, I want you out of my head. I want you out of my bedroom tonight. Shut up. We both know you talk too much. Don't say this, or whatever it was. And I want you out of my head. I want you out of my bedroom tonight. I'm no good at goodbye. So what they're saying is, your energy, I don't want you here. Your negative thoughts are all around me. You're in my personal space. I don't want you in here. You're in my head. I don't want you in here. Get out of my head. Get out of my bedroom. Get out of my personal affairs. It's none of your business to tell me what I'm going to do with my property. If you gave me something 20 years ago, what I choose to do with it is my business. I can light it on fire if I want to. It's mine. It is no longer yours. And if you've got such a toxic hold on it, I want it out of my house. I don't want anything to do with it. People will purposely leave behind things of theirs to keep their energy and in your place. And what Spirit was saying was, your money is being affected. You're not moving forward. She wants to keep her ex single. She doesn't want him in a relationship. He's got a gay best friend, a girl that's gay. It's his best friend. She's good with that because there's no threat, right? But I'm a threat. And I'm going to tell all of you right now, there is nothing going on between my landlord and I. He is my friend, period. I've been celibate since my twin walked out the door. No one touches me. I don't touch them. So there's nothing going on. I don't care what anybody says because there's been a lot of talking going on. Oh, there must be something, Same thing with my ex-husband and I. Oh, they're fucking each other. Yeah, there's no way she spends the night there and nothing's going on. Never. Never once did I kiss him. Never once did we have sex in the 7 years after we split up. Never. Because when I'm done, it's over. It's over. I am extremely loyal. And so my landlord, here he is, I said, you don't know, his friends are all gone. And he's like, what's going on? And I said, we need to meet get new people in here and help you meet new friends. She didn't want that. She doesn't want that. It's comfortable for her that he's alone. And the thing is, she would go on to have relationships. She didn't want him, but she didn't want anyone else to have him. She was just keeping him on reserve, on the shelf over there. That's been done to me too, and I felt it, and that's not okay. Men can be jealous of your personality, yes. I've had my own husband was jealous of me, my daughter's father. It was ridiculous. I was working. I told you I did a little in-home. I started it just for fun. I used to go out and collect antiques and collectibles, and I started flipping them, and I built it into a money-making business. I made a lot of money. And instead of being happy and recognizing that this was something that was happening for the both of us, he was jealous. He didn't like it. My dad said to him, what is wrong with you? Why can't you see that this is a gift for both of you? Why does that have to be something against you? But it was like, I don't know, undermining him. I have no idea. It was toxic. So anyway, and the thing is, the person who's holding these feelings, it's an awful energy to hold. It's making you bitter. It's making you angry. It's making you sick. It's making you weak. And she's got a lot of health problems. I wonder why, right? She's filled with toxic anger. So we have to, I say things a lot that I'm going to say it right now and then I'm going to cancel and clear and delete it. I'll say, God, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of this happening. I say that because when I grew up with my mom saying that. And it's like, no, you don't say that, because then what happens? You're sick and tired because you affirm it over and over and over. Or, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, I hate that. If you're around somebody who's like that, get away from them. Get away from them. They are so fucking toxic, they're gonna make you sick. You wonder why you're getting skin cancer? It's because of the energy that's breathing all over you, you know? So, that's why I prefer to be an island. Spirit has kept me an island, and they're now wanting me to kind of come out. But this page, I had somebody I had a chat line on my work line, and the person came on and they said, I'm feeling this sadness and this deep regret and overwhelming. I don't know. I just awful. I don't know what it is. And I said, you know what? It's probably not even you. It's someone else's energy. I said, you're no doubt an empath and you're picking up somebody else's energy. A lot of times the feelings that we are feeling aren't even ours. You guys have been with me when we've been on a live chat, and I've been like happy doing all, and all of a sudden I just shift. And it's like, wow, somebody just came in. And for a while, at first, I wasn't able to recognize that the energy shifted. Somebody came in on the chat line, and it was a hater. It was a witch, and we knew who it was. And I blocked them off, and a couple of my friends, we knew who they were. I didn't know because I didn't see when they signed on. I'm talking to you guys. I'm busy. I'm doing other things, but I saw my energy shift. And that's how quickly it can happen. So you can be in the company of people at work or your family or your friends, and they're doing something. You're not, they are. But because you're in association with them, you suck in all of that toxic energy to you. So there's somebody that you're hanging out with that's cheating on their partner, and they've got this whole toxic crap going on. You are carrying that energy. In the Bible, I am not a Bible thumper. I don't even believe in the Bible. I believe in the messages that I get from Spirit. But in the Bible, there was a scripture that said, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. I don't steal, I don't lie, I don't cheat. Does your best friend? Yeah, but that's my brother. Doesn't matter. You're hanging out with that guy? That's your friend. That's a lying, cheating bastard. And that's who you're hanging out with? That's who you are. That's who you are. It doesn't matter if it's your family. If I have a family member and they're extremely toxic, I protect myself. Just because I was born into the same family doesn't mean that you're going to be my friend and I'm going to approve of that. Your family is toxic. Yeah, my family has been toxic to me. My son cut me out of his life, remember? Hasn't spoken to me in almost 6 years because of the work that I do and because he's a Jehovah's Witness. In his mind, I'm toxic to him. So it's safe for him to keep himself away from me. And that, I honor him for that. It's his life, it's his journey. He's got to figure it out. I'm not toxic, but in all reality, he's toxic to me. So when somebody's taken out of our life, it's actually a blessing for us, even if it hurts. And it may not be that the person that's out of my life is the problem. It might be that person's family that hates you so much, and they're still around them and not standing up for you. So if you're with somebody and they're talking shit on your friend and you don't stand up for them, you're contributing to the same situation. Beth says, this so hits home right now in so many ways. I call it the icky stickies when someone projects the toxic energy. Please share with us how we clear this. I have a bed that was bought by a toxic ex. It's so very comfortable and I sleep really well in it. Is there another way to detoxify? Ditto on the toxic family. Okay, no, you can't. You need to get rid of that bed. I will never sleep in a bed that I have been in with someone else, ever. You'll first of all never move forward in another relationship as long as you have that bed, because you have sexual ties and there is nothing stronger than sex magic. And do you know that people, they are very well aware of doing this. They will take your hair, they will take your semen, they will take anything. They will have sex with you in order to hold you and bind you and fuck you over. And they do it all the time. There's somebody that's doing that with my twin soul and I. There's a Leo between my twin soul and I. I've been shown it forever. And what's interesting is I used to think that a Leo was my twin soul. And at one time he could have been. But in the Bible, here's another Bible verse. In the Bible, there was Jacob and Esau. And Esau was the firstborn and he had the right to rule the house of Israel. But he thought very little of his birthright and he traded it to his brother Jacob for a bowl of venison stew. And at that point, God allowed it because he knew that he had disrespected his gift. Well, I was a spiritual gift for someone. I was. I've already seen it. And that person disrespected it and they threw it away, and I was handed over to Jacob. Jacob was, my Jacob is a twin ray. There's a difference between a twin soul and a twin ray. The twin ray steps in. And it was all designed ahead of time, and it's very interesting. I got a lot of messages, downloads when I was in Sedona. So how do you do it with your bed? I'll tell you about the downloads in a second, but with the bed, you get rid of it, unfortunately. There is nothing you can do because, like I said, my ex-husband is a wonderful person. The one that's married to he ended up marrying the woman that I helped him get together with, and she's my best friend. And he's a wonderful guy. There's nothing negative that I can say about him. He's never wanted anything but the best for me. And he's a good person. But that energy had to be released. It could not be in my house. It was very, very strong. So much so that Spirit kept saying, release your ex, release your ex, release your ex. Well, Beth just said her ex is a toxic Leo. That shows you right there. It's toxic. And the Leo, so that's just confirmation for me. So it can be a family member, it can be a boyfriend, it can be whatever, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. It can be just a friend. It can just be someone that you work with. It can be a guy and you're a girl, or it can be a girl and you're a guy. It can be a guy and you're a guy, and a girl if you're a girl. It doesn't matter who it is. What I've watched is there's a Leo in my twin's life that is doing exactly this. And that's the block. And I'm protected while he's not here, and that's pretty sad. But I hear all the time from my spiritual twin, I am protecting you. And I know that he is, and I am protecting him as well. I put a shield around him all the time. One thing I did want to tell you really quick about the twin souls, and I know that not a lot of you are twin souls, but many are, and the twins are all coming together at this time, so there's a lot of talk about it. There's a fallacy that everyone has preached. And it was the biggest message that I got going to Sedona this trip. The story is that there's always a runner and there's always a chaser. And that's a lie. You never run from your twin soul. Ever. And your twin soul will never run from you. Ever. They are you. They are always with you, and they always love you, and they're always helping you. Even if the physical person is not awake, has fallen off their path, is with somebody else, says, I don't believe in this, I'm not ready, or whatever it is, your spiritual twin is always with you. I'll give you a prime example. When I went to Sedona, I stayed with my brother Ryan. He's a spiritual brother, and he's very powerful. He's awake on every level. He woke up many years ago, and he woke up on. He woke up hearing spirit, seeing spirit, connecting to spirit, moving energy. He is very powerful. His name is Ryan Jerome. He Team Light is the company that he works with. He created, and I spent the night at his place because he rented he for a couple nights. They do Airbnb in Sedona. Everybody does. And so when you come to his house, he puts your guides outside. Nobody comes in with you. He clears you of everything. No one comes in his space except for if he invites you in. And we all have our guides that come with us, right? But no one's allowed in his, and we're safe with him. And he says, I'm going to ask you to stay outside in respect for my space. Your sister is safe in my home. I am protecting her, and you need to stay outside. And it's just known. It's respectful. And so that night, he says, good night, let's see if we dream together. He says, we might have some work to do. And I had not gone on like missions before that I was aware of. I now know that I had, but I didn't at that time. So we dream. And as I go to sleep, all of a sudden, I'm in this princess bed. Because I stayed in the queen's bed, is what I was told. But in my dream, I had curtains on all four corners, right? I was literally in a queenly bed. I was the empress. I was in there. And this man popped out from the corner behind one of the posts. And I'm like, oh, wow, he's not supposed to be in here. So I went running, calling Ryan. Ryan, Ryan, I'm calling him. And I can't find him. And the man's following me everywhere. And I'm calling Ryan, Ryan, Ryan. And I found him. This is the very first time I have seen the elder body. I found Ryan before the elder body, before all of the higher ups, and they were all seated up in these thrones, and they were wearing robes, and Ryan was giving an accounting of his work that he'd been doing. I mean, I'm talking Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. I mean, the higher ups, they were all there, and it was just, wow. I forgot for a moment that I was being chased by this energy. And so I'm calling him, Ryan, Ryan, but he can't hear me. So I start running running through the town trying to get away from this guy. And finally, my twin came. Now, I blew it by telling you that. But all of a sudden, Ryan shows up, right? Ryan's not my twin. Ryan shows up, the man disappears because he knows better. He takes off when Ryan shows up. But when Ryan stood there, all of a sudden a Black Panther jumped onto the back of Ryan. And he had his paws on his shoulders and he went like that. And I said, no, he's my friend. And then he licked him all the way up his neck and all the way up his face. And I was like, that was the end of the, and then I went to sleep. So the next morning, and there was something else. The next part of the dream, we were on a mission, and there was something about being in this spaceship of some sort, and the door kept opening, and we were trying to close the door, and I had to close the door. Now listen to this message. I had to close the door, and I couldn't figure it out, and I kept saying, why won't it close? And Ryan's like, you need to figure it out. Now think about what closing, I had many doors that I needed to close. So do you, Beth. That bed's got to go, right? My landlord's got a door to close, and I had a door to close with my ex. Those doors must be sealed shut or you can't fly on forward. So I wake up the next morning and I go out and he says, good morning. How did we sleep last night? He goes, how did we dream last night? And I said, wow. And all I said was, wow. I didn't say anything else. And you guys can confirm this with Ryan if any of you are friends with Ryan Jerome. Ryan is, he's got a bit of an ego. He's great and he's amazing, but he's got a bit of an ego. And he's young. And he is pretty amazing. He's pretty powerful. I mean, when I've been psychically attacked, I've called Ryan and he's helped. And he calls himself, I think people call him Rion. I call him Ryan. But anyway, he says, wow, dude. He says dude a lot. Wow, dude. He goes, a Black Panther showed up last night. And I said, yeah, I know. I said, you missed somebody. And he goes, yeah, I know. I caught him. He goes, I caught him about 5:30 this morning. I'm sorry. I don't know how he got through. So we still don't know who that was. I'm trying to figure out. I think that person was somebody that I brought in with me because I hadn't shut a door. So whoever it was, they ran when Ryan got there. They knew, because when they are in powerful energy, like Ryan and I together, you don't fuck with us, right? When you're like when I'm with my twin soul, our energy is very powerful. That is why people don't want the twins together. That is why dark energy will do everything that they can to confuse us, implant thoughts in our head, make us jealous, do whatever they can to attack, lift up our worldly ego to keep us apart. Because when we're together, the power is immense. You can feel it. You can feel the energy. You guys have no doubt felt the energy of someone when they've come into a room and they're larger than life. That's the energy. So this is funny about Ryan. I said to him, he goes, dude, the Black Panther showed up. And I said, yeah. And I said, you couldn't keep him out. And he said, he was my pet. And I said, no, he wasn't. And he goes, he licked me. And I said, because I told him you were my friend. I said, he was going to bite your neck. He was protecting me. That's my twin. And he goes, at first he said, no. And I said, he was going to bite your neck. I said, Ryan, look it up. Anywhere. Any animal behaviorist will tell you that when another male mounts the back of another male, he is dominating him. You were not safe at that moment. It was just showing me. It wasn't like he was going to do anything. I would have stopped him, and I did energetically. But my twin is very powerful, and he's protective of me. And I am of him as well. And it's just showing you in other levels, this isn't the only reality. We've got many dimensions, and we work on 4th and 5th and 6th. Ryan works way higher than I do. I haven't gone as high as Ryan has. And I literally hear, grab her. And I know they're coming, and I can feel the energy, and I push them off. I'm an energy mover too. I push energy out. I push people away. So my twin might think he's doing it all on his own, but he's not. I literally push it away from him because I protect him just like he protects me. So when I said that to Ryan, he mounted you. He was dominating you. He didn't like that because he's got a bit of an ego. No man wants to hear that. And he says, are you kidding? He goes, I am the polar bear. Do you know what a polar bear can do to a Black Panther? And I said, he's my twin, Ryan. You invited me into this house. I am safe in this house. And my twin and I are never separated. He was welcome in this house. He didn't know who you were. He was chasing the person who was trying to hurt me. He was getting rid of that dark energy. Now that could have just been a dark entity, the one that slipped in, right? And why might it have slipped in? Probably through me. Ryan keeps his house very secure. Everyone in Sedona knows the boundaries, they're gridded, everything. It's very secure. I was learning. I didn't know a lot about, how to shield my crown in. And I've told you that I was dating somebody. You guys might have remembered him, Tony. And he had an ex that was a witch. She is a witch. And she psychically attacked me several times. And I called Ryan in the middle of the night. I had claw marks. I watched them. Claw marks scraping down my neck and across my chest. I was watching it happen. It was crazy. And I said, look, I knew who it was. And I started to get really angry. And he goes, you need to calm down. And I said, I'm going to fucking wipe her out. And he goes, you need to calm down. You need to relax. And I said, why? I said, look what she's doing. And he said, because she's kicking your ass. She's kicking your ass because you are losing your cool. You need to calm down. Bring your energy in. Pull your energy in. She wants you angry. She wants you whipped up, because whenever we get angry, whenever we get jealous, whenever we get whipped up, we lose our power. They suck our power out and our crown blows open. We're not protected. So all of this is not hocus pocus, and I don't really care. The song that's playing right now is cracking me up. Somebody's saying she's crazy, right? You'll see how crazy I am. Yeah. Anyway, this is about protection. So what you need to do is, and once Ryan realized that was my twin, he conceded. He's like, you're right. I respect that. He's with you. He's taking care of you. That's good, because I miss that guy. My bad, So what Ryan was not able to take care of, my twin did. And I will tell you, when I went back to Wisconsin, my twin showed up in my dream, and he had a sword. And he said, I'm going to kill him. And I said, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need to do that. I can take care of myself. And he goes, no, you're not taking care of yourself. Clearly, I'm taking him out. And I said, no, you're not. And I said, I can handle it myself. And he goes, then at least take the sword with you. Now, the sword means cutting cords, right? Cutting it, ending it. And I continued to allow this relationship to continue because I thought this person was a friend. To me, it was just a friendship, but it was toxic. And that person had negative energy aimed towards us. And it wasn't just in this life. It was from past lives. We've had several past lives together, this lion and the Sphinx and I. The lion, the Sphinx, and I, we've had many, many past lives together, and it's always the same. The one I feel is my friend, and it ends up not being my friend. It ends up being the one that's hurting me. And so I didn't listen to him. I told him I was safe, but that in the end of the dream, in the end of the morning before I woke up, I was an owl, and I flew, and when I got over the trees in Wisconsin, I turned into the silver wolf, because I'm a silver wolf. So is my twin. I'm going through the town, and I'm the silver wolf, and all of a sudden a black wolf starts following me. I know the black wolf is not my twin. The silver wolf is my twin. And so I was I didn't know, I was a little nervous because I was in virgin territory. It wasn't my homeland, right? And it started coming after me, and it was swiping at me, and I thought, I was scared. I was literally scared because this thing was huge. It was big. I've seen that wolf in many, many dreams. Didn't even understand who it was till now. This trip to Sedona, I've seen it for years, that black wolf. It would come in like a mist, and it would form, and I could see the face of a wolf, and it was, fuck, man. And the black wolf is not my friend. And so I didn't know that, and I didn't want to think that. We may want to believe that someone is our friend, and they're not. They have different intentions. And it's on a spiritual level. It's on a psychic level, and they may not even consciously be aware. But that woman, my landlord's, on a spiritual level, on a psychic level, she is throwing evil energy at me. So much so that it's made my cat sick, and it's made him underneath the bed, hiding, because she was through that anger. So when I got into the town and I got up away from that black wolf, it was when I realized who the black wolf was. And then I put myself in a shield of protection. I literally asked for Archangel Michael. And what I've done, and what you guys can do, is I put myself in a lead room. Lead. Nothing can get through it. And then I wrap it in titanium, and then I mirror plate it so that anything coming at me is reflected back at them. So it's just karma. If you throw shade at me, it's going to go back at you 150 times stronger. If you throw love at me, it's going to come back at you 150 times stronger. That's why we need to forgive people and release them, because it's not for them, it's for us. I forgive you. I said on this trip, I forgive you, I release you. I wish you blessings on your journey. Go. Your part of my life is over, and I don't want you there any longer. I get that a lot from some weird couples hanging out around our land. It's extremely weird. Yes, I mean, I'm telling you. And if there are people that are native or have native blood, and they have knowledge, there's a lot of things that people can do that people still do it. It's not hocus pocus, and it's not bullshit. It's real. Now, another message is, you can't really be hurt unless you believe that they can hurt you. But they can cause blockages. They can cause confusion. They can cause upset. And it will only be allowed to go on for so long, and Spirit will step in. That's what divine intervention is. So if you don't know what's going on or why you're feeling this way, you call on Archangel Michael. He sits at my desk, right? He holds, what do I put right in next to him? This is my twins. I made this wand for my twin. This has got the falcon, the red hawk. It's got muscovite mica. It's made of the wood from Sedona. It's made from the mountains in Idyllwild, this muscovite mica. This is extremely powerful just because of the energy that it holds. And I have it sitting every day with Archangel Michael. So this wand, when I use this wand, it's so funny. People think, oh, she's a witch. No, it's intention. It's because we need to look at something visually to understand and see what we're doing. My twin wields this wand. I wield this wand. I protect him. I protect me. I ask Archangel Michael as well, please put a seal of protection around me. And we should do it every day. Whatever we've picked up, you don't know what your coworker, is jealous because you're doing it, you're getting promoted and they're not. You're doing your job. I'm just going to work doing my job. I don't even know that person, but that person hates you. And the reason is they hate themselves. They have such low self-esteem and they have such fear. Nobody hates another person unless they're sick. Nobody wishes ill to happen to another person unless they really have a lot of fear and need a lot of love and healing themselves. So we wish them. Well, how do you get one like what? Oh, my wand? I don't know. I mean, I made this. I make things. I can create a wand for you. This is this is amazing. My girlfriend, funny, I just said my best friend. I got to tell you that. Erica, you got to hear this. She gave me this black obsidian ring. Black obsidian is protection. Anything black, any of the black stones, black black quartz, I'm sorry. Black obsidian, black tourmaline. Here's tourmaline. Any black crystal is protection. Amethyst is also protection. And I like amethyst because it's protection, it's healing, and it's calming at the same time. Amethyst is super powerful. What I have on here, the reason I love this one, and I don't know, I created it because I just listened to my higher self. My twin needed muscovite mica. My spiritual twin, his earthly body needed muscovite mica. And this crystal above is called apatite. He has my appetite. I only have an appetite for him. But it's apatite. It's yellow and green apatite. And the black obsidian right at his throat, right at his throat, protection right here. Because the silver wolves protect one another. You guys might have seen on my banner, I've had a picture before, and there's a wolf, 2 silver wolves, and a white wolf. And what's interesting is often they will cloak themselves in white, right? They'll call themselves spiritual teachers. They'll call themselves priests, molesters, right? They'll call themselves whatever. And they're very, very dark. Of course, they need to mask themselves that way because that's how they get in to do the evil work that they do, right? They can't come across saying, "Hey, I'm the Ku Klux Klan. Hey, I'm a child molester. I was married to one. I had no idea. He molested my own daughter in my own house for 5 years, and I had no clue." You can see that I was totally sleeping at that time. So, I mean, and everyone loved him. Old people loved him. Young people loved him. Because they practice. They know who's an empath. They know who's a mark. They know how to pick their people. So it's our responsibility, once we get knowledge of this, not to be scared. It's not about instilling fear. It's about responsibility. And it's about being responsible for the things that you say. Now, I am saying something about myself right now. I have told you that I have watched things happen. My dreams are prophetic. I have very, very symbolic dreams. My twin has not been in my physical presence. Well, I saw him last year, but he hasn't been in my physical presence for many years, but I've watched things happening to him and in his life. It was very confusing to me what I watched. It could have been anything. In all reality, he could have been an undercover cop. He could have been an actor. It could have been reality. It could have been symbolic. All I know is his brother was doing something very evil to him and hurting him. And you heard me talk about it. And I wanted to take that guy out. But how do I know which brother this was? Was it an earthly brother? Was it a brother at work? Was it a brother in arms? Was it a friend that he called a brother? I don't know who it was. So I need to apologize to his brother that didn't do anything but love him, because I misunderstood that, and I held anger. I did. I held anger because that person was hurting my twin. And you want to protect the people that you love. But you've got to be careful, because what if that wasn't the right person? What if you misunderstood something? What if you were wrong and you were holding that energy? Not to mention, vengeance is mine, says the Lord, right? It's not for me to judge and throw hate on you. That's why I apologize. Please forgive me, for I have sinned, because I have misjudged people not knowing, right? We all do it. None of us are perfect. So basically what we want to do is we want to say, I release you. It's their karma. And whatever my twin's going through, in all reality, it's not my place to stop it. If he has to go through something to learn a lesson, then he has to go through it, whether he's my twin or not. Just like he's probably watching me going, damn girl, you need to knock it off. He's talked to me in my dreams. He has. When I said my body was breaking down, my skin is dried out, all of this, I've been worrying so much about you. And he said, I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself. I didn't ask you to do that. You don't have to do that for me. Why would I have to do that for him? He's powerful. All I need to do is see him surrounded and love and protection and healing, right? That's good. That's healthy. Everybody can accept love and protection. But other than that, we don't throw shade at anybody else. Now, what were the questions? Well, pick up the wand, pick up the stones, and the trick is finding a wand. Like I found this, well, I didn't find it, Spirit delivered it. I was asking for a wand or a staff. When I walk, I always find walking sticks, right? And I decorate them all. Spirit chooses them. I find them right away. They come to me. So it has to be something. It will need to be something that comes. I could ask Spirit to help me find one for you, or you could find one and I could do one up for you. It just depends. Oh man, I've been studying this my whole life. And I've been a spiritual teacher for 10 years. So, I work 24/7. You guys know that? So, my God, I don't even know how long we've been talking, forever. And we haven't even done a reading. I wanted to, I think that's all I needed to say, was just that items hold energy. And if you've been in a relationship, especially a sexual relationship with somebody, and it's over, he didn't know that she was so jealous. He says, my mother, hated all my girlfriends and liked her. And so that was an energy as well. Cords of that needed to be cut too, because you need to be free to make your own decisions and release. And you need to be strong enough to say, I respect your opinion, but you can keep it to yourself. This is my choice. This is my life. You have to be strong enough to say that. And if you're not strong enough to say that, the people in your life that hate the people that you're associated with, or that care about you, they're being hurt, and you're responsible for it, because you're not standing up for them. You're not speaking your truth. And that's why the song said, I want you out of my head. I want you out of my bedroom. Everybody knows you talk too much, and I'm no good at goodbye. So this man was basically saying, I can't tell you to your face. I feel this way, but I can't tell you to your face. Please tell me to my face. It's done. It hurts, but it's got to be done, right? And the song right now is Legend of the Phoenix. Everything begins after another beginning's end, right? So something is over. Anyway, so I was going to do today's reading, but I think I've spent too much time, possibly. So maybe I'll just do the 5 people that I said I would read for. I said I would read for 5 people. I can do that now. But important words, I release you. And important words, I detach. I detach. And I do it in all spaces, times, realities, dimensions, past, present, and future. All realities, all dimensions, all times, past, present, and future. I detach. My path with you is done. My karmic tie to you is done. It's over. That's what's happening now, is all those past lives. My twin might be with a karmic partner. It might be a parent. It might be a brother. It might be a woman. I don't know. It's a karmic person. It's a karmic tie. And all of these other people, like the Leo in my life, that was a karmic soulmate that needed to be ended, wrapped up. I had a reading on a radio show, and the woman told me immediately, whoa, you're powerful, and I feel like you should be doing this readings. I'm beginning to study and learn. Yeah, we all are. We all have the ability. We all have gifts, and you are very powerful. You can do a lot to help your sister. A lot. Your twins, think about that. Think about that. What I said about my twin, it's exactly the same as your twin. You can affect your twin very powerfully. Thank you, Sherry. I think a reading would be huge for me right now, but this has been very insightful and flow-giving. Very welcome. I'll do a reading for you. Okay, so I'm doing 5 people, and let me ask Spirit which deck. I'm doing Beth first. So they gave you the Oracle of Shadows and Light. That's interesting. Correct for neutrality. And see, when I say that, when I say correct for neutrality, that means that I don't, because a lot of times, every time I do a reading, there's a message from Spirit to me every single time. And I've had other readers say, don't make it be all about you. You know, it's not all about you. It should just be for your person. No, maybe that's the way you read. But it's always a message to me from Spirit. Always. So when I say correct for neutrality on all levels, I am correcting myself so that I don't put my energy into your reading. I will still get a message from your reading, but I'm not going to change the course of your reading because of what I'm thinking, what I want, how I feel personally. I am correct for neutrality on every level. Correct for neutrality on every level. For Beth, what is the message for Beth? Correct for neutrality on all levels, please. Archangel Michael, I'm asking for a blessing and a clearing on this reading so that no toxic energy is allowed in. No toxic energy is allowed in. Please put a shield and protection around my home, my body, myself, my aura, that nothing gets in. Thank you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Beth. Okay, autumn is my last chance. So, you see this one. It's very cold. She looks pretty sickly. She looks pretty hungry and tired. There's no leaves on the trees. It's cold out there, and all she had, but she's got, look what she's got. She's got a big, bright, shiny red apple. Look how dirty her clothes are. There's nobody around. This message is telling you that you have something, and you're holding on to it, and you don't want to bite into it. There's something that you have that will give you what you need, but you're waiting for somebody else to save you. And Spirit says it'll be a cold day in hell before they step forward and take care of you. Whoever it is, whatever it is, you need to take care of yourself. This is about self-reliance. This is about you taking care of you. This is about recognizing that there is something that you have, a talent, a gift, an idea, an opportunity. There's something that you hold within you to bring you what it is that you want. Because if she took a bite of this apple, she wouldn't be hungry. Now, it's symbolic, of course, right? So if she took a bite of this apple, she would have food. But she's thinking, yeah, but I'm going to hold on to this. It's kind of like, you know, your favorite perfume that you don't want to wear, your good dishes that you don't use. I've thrown all of that out. I wear my favorite stuff right away. You guys have seen me hiking. I hike with jewelry, with my rings. I'm always wearing my favorite stuff because why not? I'm not promised tomorrow. I'm promised today, right? So there's something that you're holding on to or you're saving for later, or you're not using, or you're afraid if you rely on this, it's going to be gone. So you're holding it. It's kind of like money. It could be money, right? I know I'm not going to spend that. I'm not going to spend that because, you know, I got to pay my bills and I got to hold on to this. If you feel that the need, it could be a person. It could be your love. It could be your heart. Anything that you're holding on to tightly is not good. You need to release it. You need to surrender it. What did I say about my twin? I release you. I release you. I surrender you with love. I release you. I don't want anybody or anything that I have to grab and hold on to. Because if I have to do that, it doesn't want to be with me. And if it doesn't want to naturally come to me on its own, it's toxic for me. So it's one of these things for you. And if she were to take a bite of this apple, she would have her mouth would get those juices flowing through it. Think about creative juices, right? An idea pop, perhaps, an idea you've got for a project. She could plant those seeds and grow an orchard. And then she would have food and wood, and for shelter, she could do everything with this. So basically the message is, and check out the number. The number is 6. And the number 6 says, you're too focused on this material world, this material reality. It might be material possessions. I'm holding on to there's a lot of people that grew up with nothing. And because of that, they've worked really, really hard to attain a certain amount of success. And then they don't share it with anyone. They're misers. They hold on to it because they know what it feels like to be hungry. They know what it feels like to go without. Or I've had a relationship and it's fucked me over. It's hurt me bad. So now I'm holding my heart tight. No one's going to hurt me again. I'm holding this in tight. And so because of that, you are depriving yourself. And you're thinking that somebody else is going to come along and fix it for you when nobody is. It'll be a cold day in hell. You are the only one that can fix whatever this is. You're the one that's responsible. The number 6 says, keep your thoughts focused to Spirit, and everything that you need will be brought towards you. Spirit told me when I was asked if I would accept this path, will you do this work? And I said yes right away, not having a clue what my job was going to be. And then when they told me about my twin soul relationship, would you accept this? And they said it's going to, my guides came to me and told me to choose a soulmate. They said, choose a soulmate. This is going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you really bad. And I know who that guide was. It was probably my mom. She didn't want me to be hurt. And I knew I didn't know. I didn't know the amount of years. I didn't know what I would go through. I didn't know how much isolation and loneliness I would go through. I had no clue. But I said, no. I've made my choice. And they kept putting blocks in front of me, right? Blocks. And I said, look, finally I got really angry. I dismissed all of my guides. Now I want you to listen to this. It's not just about me. It's about you guys too. You'll find blocks and blocks and blocks. Sometimes a block doesn't mean no. Sometimes a block is because of what I'm just about to tell you. Your guides are putting blocks in your way. Maybe they don't think that you are committed enough to something. How bad do you want it? How important is this to you? Because when we come to this planet, we came here with a mission, all of us. Your mission might have been to live life and have fun. That wasn't my mission, clearly. I chose to be a twin soul, which is, I'm going to kill myself when I get back, because it's the worst thing I can even imagine. But that was my mission. And I made a vow before I came here that I would meet up with my twin soul many, many times. And then finally, when we had done our work, I've seen it. We will come back together. And my guides didn't think I was up to it. Or maybe it was just a test. And Spirit told me that I would be tested. We're all tested again and again. And you think it's not fair, but what it's doing is we've arranged this before we came here. We arranged this. It's to make us stronger. It's to make us grow, especially me, because I'm a teacher. I need to be strong enough to handle this. I need to be able to say, look, this is what you do. I know I've done it. I've been through it. I know. It's not like, oh, I feel sorry for you. Yeah, it must be awful. I can tell you, I've been through that. I know how that feels. If you knew my life, my God. So because of the blocks that were happening, I dismissed my guides. I didn't at the time know who they were. People ask me all the time, how do you know who your guides are? I didn't know who they were. I hadn't seen them. I hadn't seen Spirit, and I didn't know who they were, so I dismissed them. I said, I don't want anybody talking to me. Stay away from me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't know any of you. I'm going straight to the Father. That's it. And then one by one, the archangels came in and introduced themselves. I literally have met and seen Archangel Michael 3 times. Archangel Metatron 3 times. No, 3 times Archangel Metatron. I've seen Michael twice, heard him 3 times. Jesus, Master Jesus, have never seen him, but I've heard him. I've seen my Native American guides. So once they started introducing themselves, I knew who they were and I could trust them and I could talk to them. But I got very frustrated because I kept getting the messages from other readers. Now, just because somebody gives you a reading doesn't mean it's accurate for you. Don't force this to fit your situation. Sometimes it's a test. I was told, walk away from him. He's toxic. Let him go. Go get a soulmate. Now, maybe other twin souls don't have a problem getting into relationships with other people while they're waiting for their twin. I can't do that. I can't, in all good conscience, be with a man sexually knowing that my heart is fully with another person. So finally I said, look, you know what? You need to stop this. Instead of blocking me all the way, why don't you help me? Help me. I've made my choice. Don't block me anymore. And so from that point forward, I am constantly given reassurance. So we have to ask Spirit for that reassurance. We have to make our choice. And sometimes you'll go to a reader and they'll read you and give you, sometimes they're personally involved. Sometimes it's a test. If it doesn't feel right in your heart, it's not for you. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not awake. I don't know. Maybe it's just a test. Anyway, it's up to you. You make your decision. And somebody in Sedona, when I was just there, she said that she has a code for the twin souls. And I said to Spirit, why does she have a code for twin souls? I am a twin soul. I don't know what code it is. And then I thought, I don't need her code. I am a twin soul. I don't know why you have a twin code, and I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything for me. And she said to me, I think that you're too wrapped up in that physical person. I think you need to go up a different level and open yourself up to every experience. Allow yourself to have romance and allow yourself to have a love life, and you're lonely and you're holding yourself back. And I honor her opinion, right? But I also know who I am. And I've been this way my whole life. And she's saying, well, maybe this needs to change. And I said, no, I'm very loyal. And I made a vow. And once I knew who my twin soul was, I don't step outside of that. I can't. Now, and when I say I can't, it's what I choose. I have free will too. So maybe that'll change. At this point, no, it won't. It won't. I mean, I have not met an energy that will top my twin for me. If that were to happen, if my father and my higher self and my twin had made an arrangement that at one point some energy was going to come in that would take that place, well, then I would honor that and I would feel that. But at this point, it's not there. So who's next? That was your message. I should have asked. 5 people. Sorry, I should have asked. Definitely holding my heart back too. Thank you for the spirit fodder for deep reflection. I appreciate you. You're very welcome. Blessings. My boy just came in. He's blessing us. This is my spirit cat, my most powerful one. Can you guys see? There he goes, my liger. That's my boy. He used to do readings with me. He would actually pick out the cards. He's quite old now. He's 16. But he comes and clears the energy. That was pretty cool. Hi, Lisa. Lisa is my success client. My God, this woman is a mad manifester. Amy? Okay. Okay, so Lisa and Amy. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Are we using this deck? No, we're not using this deck. Okay, we're done with this deck. That's fun for me when we use different decks. I like that. Okay. Oh, you're getting the Divine Circus. Yay! Hey, so I just got a message from Spirit that just got thrown out, and it's a completely different deck. That's why I know it's for me. Maybe it's for one of you too, so I'll share it. Angel of New Life. An exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. And look at her coming out of that lotus flower, and she is like throwing her head back, and she's got her head up to the moon. This is moon goddess energy. A wonderful conclusion, a wonderful beginning after a difficult time, says the rainbow. She's naked, open, and vulnerable. So while I shuffle, I'm going to tell you something about this that I got in Sedona as well. I was told, because I listen to other readers. There's a few other readers that I will listen to. I've actually started cutting them away because I'm discovering things about them. I'm discovering that they are saying things, stating things like fact, and then changing their mind all the way through the reading. And I'm like, look, the fact is you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The fact is what you should be doing is just giving guidance. Don't be giving predictions about what's happening with this person and that person when you have no fucking clue, because that's obvious. So that was done. But I was listening to this other one, and they were saying about my energy. What was my energy? And it's what I tapped into was my energy. And the message was that I was to not say anything about the person that I loved publicly. That I was to keep it a secret. That I was to keep it quiet. And a lot of times people say, like, if you have a project or an idea, you hold it close to your chest because it leaks its magic, right? And other people might want to steal that idea. And so I understand that, and I agree with that. And at times that is a message that's important. But if that was a message that was important for me, Spirit will tell me that. They won't tell me through another reader. It will come to me. What I was told, directly opposing that message, was, you speak your truth loud. as you feel, and that's really easy for me because I'm very honest, you go and you open your heart and you speak your love, whether you are called a psycho or that's crazy, that's never going to happen. You speak your love out loud. And I do. And so that's just something else that was an epiphany. I don't know, it was a download. The fact that the twin souls, that was the other thing. Remember I was saying that the twin souls don't run from each other ever. Who runs from you is your karmic soulmate. And often you think that one is your twin, but it's a karmic situation. It's an addiction. It keeps you, and it's a cat and mouse game. They come forward and then they dangle. It's kind of like, here's a little bit, and then they pull it away. Here, and then they pull it away. That is not a twin soul. Twin soul will never do that. That's a karmic soulmate. Karmics run. And when I was in Wisconsin, and this person who was doing that to me, at the time I thought was my twin, after that person went by, a car drove by with a license plate and it said runner. And I now know, like I've known for many years since my twin came forward, that was a karmic soulmate. Twins will never run. Why would you run from the one that you love? You might have to go out and do your own work. You might have to go and do your own thing. We could have misunderstandings, but you don't ever run. Whenever I have seen my twin, I have felt love from him. Always. Always. He tried to mask it, but he couldn't. Right before I walked away, he grabbed my arm and said, "It was so good to see you." And there was love. It was real. Okay. It's Lisa. I don't know why this keeps sliding. That's interesting. What does that mean? Something's slipping. Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels, Lisa. Lisa. And then I do Amy because I already chosen Lisa. Whoa! Okay. This is her wicked ways. This is a narcissistic energy. I was just talking about this narcissistic energy. This is somebody this is either a person, a place, a job. This one is charming and lovely and complimentary and your friend while you're doing everything that they want you to do. But as soon as you step outside of their rules or outside of what they want, they become caustic, cold, they cut you down, they manipulate you, they lie. This is rotten energy. And you'll know it. You'll feel this energy. This is the energy, this is the karmic that I was talking about. This is the karmic. That's what a karmic does. You will not grow when you're with a karmic soulmate or in a karmic situation. You will not grow. You will, their goal is to undermine your ability, is to make you feel insecure, make you question your own personal sense of power, to point out your flaws. This is caustic. This is toxic. This is garbage. Gina can't stay on today. Love to you, Sherry. You're welcome. Have a great day. So Lisa, you're the one that would know. But the number is 19. And 1 is keep your thoughts positive, right? Whatever you're focusing on, what you're thinking about, do you like what you're creating with those thoughts? If yes, then keep thinking that way. If not, uplift your thinking because you're creating something toxic. And then 9, you have everything you need in order to move forward, light worker, on your spiritually illuminated path. Stop procrastinating on the issue. And then when you put 1 and 9 together, it's 10. 10 is an ending. Something has ended. Something has ended or will about to end, and then there's something new will begin. What has ended or should end is this karmic. For me, the karmic has ended. It's over. So, because I've taken my power fully back. This has no power over me. And what happened today in our house for my landlord ended today. That was the caustic energy that was coming. So for you, Lisa, it could be in the workplace. It could be a person. I don't know, but this. It could be your own self-talk. This can be within yourself. This can be your own inner critic. Someone that's criticizing you, telling you that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve this, that you fucked up so bad that you can't be forgiven. I'm not saying this for you, Lisa. I'm saying this for everyone, right? But this could be your own inner self. It could be that you're wondering why things aren't going well in your life, and there's someone that you need to stand up to, or something that you need to stand up to. You need to embrace your power. That's why Spirit said to me, "No, you don't hide your love. It doesn't hurt my twin that I love him. It doesn't hurt him. It only helps him, no matter where he is or what he's doing. If I express my love for my twin, that's my right, and it's good to do so. I am not going to be told by anybody to be quiet and not say it and keep it under wraps. It will never be kept under wraps. Yes, it can be in your subconscious mind. That's what I'm saying. It can be your own inner critic. It can be your doubts. It can be, let me give you an example of you and Dave, right? Oh, this is never going to happen. Or I think he feels this. Or it's you. You're doing a number on yourself. Dave's out there doing something completely different, thinking, having a great day, and you're at home or at work, you know, creating this complete story in your head that never existed. Like, remember with me, all the dreams that I was having, that I was thinking were actually literal, could have been symbolic. I'm also watching the people that were attached to him. So when I was dreaming, the things that I was seeing happen, I was seeing that happen, but what if it wasn't even him? What if it was his roommate? Because wherever he is, I'm reading that energy, right? So I'm creating this horrible, horrible story, and Spirit said to me, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think, right? I kept getting that message. So I'm going to ask for you, okay? I'm going to ask for you in regards to this situation. What does Spirit have to say in regards to, you know, I'm going to go, what deck? Angel Answers. I don't even know what deck that is. Angel Answers. What is that? Angel Answers. Wow, I don't even know the names of my decks. Okay, Angel Answers. It's going to give you a message, and it just flew out. Take action. So your own inner critic is telling you you're being given fear. Something is saying that you can't do it, or it's not going to work. You're being told to take action in regard to something. You're not moving forward in regards to something. You're not saying something in regards to something. So we'll give you an affirmation. Okay. Okay, you need to hold your own hand, because or hold your body, hold yourself, okay? Because this is you reassuring yourself. Here's what I say to soul slaying, because anything that is narcissistic, toxic, it's slaying your soul. It's stopping you from moving forward. Doubt creating mischief makers, be gone from me now and always. I choose to live another way with love and trust and self-belief. I am on my path daily, and that brings me peace. Because for me and myself, I choose peace. So be gone from me, mischief makers, whether it be in my own subconscious mind or anyone else around me, right? I just saged my whole house. I've been holding on to selenite, clearing my own body, because what happened was it triggered me. When he said that, what she said, my back got up. Instantly, my self-protection, but it was my ego that flew up to protect I was like, wow, all of that shit was now it was her all this time? And I had to like realize, okay, let it go. Release it, because she can't harm you. You now know who it is, and you can eradicate it. So for yourself, if you believe that it's in your own mind, you know what, Lisa, it doesn't even matter if it's you or if it is somebody else. There could be somebody on our soul family chat that pretends to be my friend that fucking hates my guts, that is doing everything they can to undermine my work, to cut me down, to do whatever. And what they think of me is none of my business. I don't care. It makes no difference in my life, because I don't need to know who the mischief makers are. I spent a long time trying to figure out who people were, and it got me paranoid about everybody. I have blocked people that I have a hard time with right now. I don't know if I should have blocked them or not, but it was too confusing for me, so it was safer for me to block them. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be running around worrying about shit. Who's talking behind my back? Who talks behind my back? It doesn't say anything about me. It says everything about them, right? It says nothing about me. For me and my part, I choose peace. I choose love. So it doesn't matter who it is, Lisa. Just say, be gone, mischief makers, be gone. And ask Archangel Michael to cut all cords and attachments. It's over. I know. And the reason, see, with her, with Lisa, she's a prime example why she would have these. She would have these attachments and these people because she's a very successful woman in the material world. She's very, very successful, self-made. And people don't like that. They especially don't like when a woman is that way if they're a guy, right? So she's got a lot of haters. There's a song that Spirit kept giving to me when I was going around in Sedona. And it's the man. It's actually what I feel. It's my spiritual twin talking. to me. It's reassurance to me. I always get very emotional. And he says, she's got haters, but look what God gave her. It's no wonder. Look what God gave her. Yeah, sure, she's got haters, but look what God gave her, right? So if they hate you, you know you're doing something good, because the haters, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. So they hate you. People that hate you are not on their path. They're not awake. They're not awake. They can't hurt you. They're not your competition. There's no waste of energy needed on them, right? So wish them well on their journey and hope that they wake up in this lifetime. You just keep doing your thing. I've learned a lot myself. I've made a lot of mistakes, been worried and said stuff. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning, and that's why I teach it, right? I mean, teacher, walk your walk, talk your talk. Lisa, a lot of women try to set me up, but it doesn't matter to me anymore, and it shouldn't bother me. Yeah, people set me up all the time. People will say things to me, and they'll get me all riled, right? And I'll say something back, and then they'll take that sentence and send it to someone and say, see, this is what she said about you. I saw that happening, and I thought, wow, why are you even answering? Why are you allowing these people to rile you up? Spirit said to you, no matter how bad it gets, no matter what it looks like, he is innocent. So I am never mad at my spiritual twin. Ever. I'm never disappointed in him. I'm never mad at him, and I'm never let down. Even if I have said so before, and you have heard me say it, that I have been. So I take that back, and I stand corrected. Right? It doesn't do him any good for me to be mad at him, and it doesn't do me any good, and half of it's probably a lie anyway. So, correct for neutrality. Who's next? I did Lisa, I did Amy, and who was it? Amy, Lisa, Ramona, Sandy, Amy. Okay, so I'm only going to be doing Ramona, Sandy. That's it. You just saw Willow. Where is she? Oh, no, that was... Where did you see Willow? No, that was Liger just walked up. Hi, Mama. You know what? He's got a scratch on his face. And my cats don't fight with him. It's interesting. He has a scratch on his nose. And I feel like it's... I literally feel like it's an energetic scratch. I really do. She hurt him. She hurt him. And I said, oh my God... I said the whole time I was in Sedona, my head is hurting. I didn't know why my head was hurting. Wow. That's why. Toxic energy. Okay. Deck for Sandy. What is Sandy's deck? Sandy, they want you to be the spirit animals. Willow is on my bed. Oh, I've got to show you guys something. Remind me before I hang up. When I was in Sedona, I took a picture of it, and I've already shared it, but I haven't spoken about it. My twin popped out when I was at the Goodwill. I love the Goodwill in Sedona. And I was going along, kind of, that's where I go. That's kind of like a mindless thing I do. I'll go to like a big thrift store, and I'll just kind of like be around people, but not kind of talk to people and look at different things and see what messages Spirit has to bring me. Because in a thrift store, they've got such an odd assortment, a variety of things, and there's so many different messages that can come. And so I'm walking along, and I'm looking through the dresses, and I see these eyes peeking out at me, because my twin's always watching me, always. And it was a snow leopard, and the snow leopard is absolutely my twin. And what's interesting is Willow holds the energy of my twin. I'm going to show it to you. I got to show it to you guys. It's incredible. It's an antique. It's a limited edition. The back was all ripped to shreds because they were looking inside of it. Here's my Willow. Here's my baby. She has a very, very thick, big tail. It's extremely thick and heavy. And that's my snow leopard. And what you notice about the snow leopard is its tail. They balance with their tail. It's so thick and heavy. It's the same length as their entire body. It's extremely powerful. And what's cool about, isn't that incredible? And there he is up in the highest mountain. When the great wave comes, go to the mountain. My twin goes to the mountains to meditate and soul search. And then when you walk, I don't know if the light will let you see it, but when you walk with that panther, it's a panther. It's a snow leopard, but it's all a panther. It follows you. And if you see those eyes, those are my twin's eyes. And you see those cheekbones? That's my twin. And I wanted him in my bedroom. So he is. Oh, and you guys, did you see my ball, my ocean crystal ball? I think you guys did, my meditation tool. Okay, I just wanted to share that with you guys. He comes wherever I am. Amy, it's okay. What happened? I got you. Bye, Amy. I love you. Say hi to Sarah. Okay, this is Sandy. Spirit animal. Woo! For Sandy, correct for neutrality. And you're getting the spirit animal. That's why I think I wanted you to see the snow leopard. There might be a message in that for you, Sandy, the snow leopard. Ooh, giraffe. I love this. The giraffe is also a seer. Giraffe spirit. So you're being asked by spirit to see the big picture. So you think about the giraffe. They're so tall and their legs are so long that they can't really see what's down right in front of them, right? It's like, that's a long way to look. If they were to look down at their toes, they would trip over themselves. So Spirit is saying they don't want you to look at what's right here. They want you to have a broader vision. Look forward, ahead. Because, and you have an idea because you're very intuitive and you understand when Spirit delivers messages to you, what they're saying to you. So they're asking, they're saying to you, you know what's coming. It's like with me, I already know what's coming. Sometimes we don't know exactly when it's coming, but we get an idea and Spirit shows us what's coming. And you're being asked to have a broader perspective and not be so caught up in the little details about what's going on right now. Look at things from a higher perspective and pay attention to what other people are experiencing. That's why when I tell my stories, it's not just about me. Hi, Ginny. That's my soul sister from Wisconsin. It's not just about me. I give my stories. Storytelling is a way, it's always been a way for centuries, for teaching. Storytelling. The natives have done it. Everyone tells stories, and it's more interesting that way, but it's teaching. And so you're supposed to pay attention to what other people are saying. Everyone. What the kids are saying. Children are the biggest deliverers of messages. So I'm thinking for you, your grandchildren have a lot to say to you. My grandson is a crystal child on top of everything else, and the messages that he has to deliver are immense. And the younger the child, the closer to Spirit they are. They just got here. So you're being asked to pay attention to the stories around you. Pay attention to the experiences. For me, myself, what I'm saying is like the synchronicities, the mirrors. We've talked about it, Sandy, how there's mirrors. Well, my God, that's my exact story. I used to get hung up in the mirrors thinking that it was certain people. But I remember, I heard my twin say to me, if you can't hear me, you're going to have to put up with the people on Facebook. So it's like, I'm going to show you what's going on through these stories. It's not me. It's the story. Pay attention to the stories around you. You're being taught something. You're being shown something. There's details that we don't want you to overlook. So the snow leopard, I want you to look up snow leopard privately. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I don't want to. It's your message, and I don't want to give you the part of the snow leopard's message that is for you. But you need to look up snow leopard. Also, I will give you one thing about snow leopard, and it's the same as the lynx. And what it is it's not the way it looks. It's not the look. And what I'm hearing right now is run away, run away. Run away, run away. Run away. I don't know for you what that means. I know what it means for me. But if you can look at it from a bigger perspective, they're saying that'll make all the difference in the world to whatever it is that's going on. Okay. Not to mention, there's a bigger picture that Spirit has. We get so involved in what's going on in our lives. My cousin from Canada, he's extremely awake. Very, very awake. He went to Sundance, and I don't mean the Sundance Film Festival. I mean, he went and did Sundance with the natives on the land that he lives. And if you know anything about that, it's gnarly. I mean, he danced for 4 days straight, and he hung by his chest on hooks. He did the whole thing, and he's very awakened, and Spirit guides him and speaks to him directly. And he had information that he needed to give me, and it's heavy, and it's a big deal. There's a lot going on this planet that, like, the government is, and darker energy is literally, they implant thoughts in your mind, in your dreams, in your head. They don't even have to be in your presence to do it. There's all kinds of stuff that's going on, and it's about self-protection. And so we were talking, and it was pretty heavy. And I did a reading right before I left Sedona. You guys, you only got half of it when I was on the rocks. It was between the Sphinx and the Danny DeVito. I knew who they were. I was given other information as well. But when I talked to my cousin, everything that I saw and everything that I was thinking had a completely different meaning. And it meant, what it did was it made everything else that was happening right now completely insignificant. It meant nothing. It didn't matter. It mattered not at all, because the bigger picture is massive and things are not the way they appear. And don't get so stuck in all the little dramas of everyday life. There's a much bigger, much more important story going on that we need to pay attention to. You're welcome. Oh, awesome. I know exactly what the message means. Got it. Thank you. Perfect. All right. The name of the person. Mahai? Who's next, Sandy? I have been seeing black leopards pop up for me lately, so no surprise, snow leopard. You know what's interesting is the snow leopard, the lynx, the panther, they're all that's our animals. They're all the big cats. I came in with the big cats. So that's why I called it a leopard. What did I call it? I called it it's a snow leopard. But the lynx is also a type. They're all from the same Panthera family. Ramona, okay, thank you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Ramona, what deck do you want to use for Ramona? Correct for neutrality on all levels. If anybody would like to have a private reading where we could go deeper and be more specific, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. I do this for you guys because I love you, but this is the way I make a living also. This is my work. So, and if I could help you with anything else, I'm a long-distance Reiki master. I'm a creator of the Queen of Wands, Ceremonial Sage Wands. I am the Queen. And the Crystal Creations. So, my email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. I guess we're using the Angels, Guides, and Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. I picked up that deck. I didn't even notice that I did that. So that's I like when that happens, because there's a specific message in here for you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Ramona. And Ramona, there's one thing I'm supposed to say to you. You create a lot of your own pain because of your worry that people are going to hurt you or are making you sick or out to get you. It's literally, you are self-creating that because you're giving them that power. So you need to absolutely reverse the words that you're saying, and say, nothing. I am protected. I am safe. I am absolutely. I say it all the time. My cousin was telling me, look, Sherry, you can be protected, but I'm connected too. And he says, and you could freaking not pay attention and a bus could hit you. And I said, I agree with that, right? You got to pay attention. But there is a difference between my cousin. Even though he's extremely connected and knowledgeable, I am still more spiritual in the way I think, the way I trust. He thinks I'm too trusting. I believe in spirit, and I believe I've got a job to do. And if I have a job to complete, I'm unbreakable. And I'm not gonna, he says, don't say that, they'll come at you to break you. Then my team will come at them even stronger. Because I have archangels and myriads of angels surrounding me. I am a spiritual teacher. My work is spirit's work. I'm safe, period. I'm unbreakable. If I trip and break my leg, that's on me, right? If I'm not paying attention and I get into a car accident, that's different. But I'm talking, don't give your power away to someone else and say that somebody can they can cause issues until spirit shows you what's going on. Like I said, things are allowed to go on for a time, and so the point is proven. But once it's shown to you what you can do, it's now your responsibility to protect yourself. Hi, Holly. I hope you're feeling better. I understand that. So Ramona says, I used to until I really did get attacked while I was ill. Now think about that. The reason that your resistance was low, right? Which allowed darker energy to come in. So when you know that you're not well, what you're needing to do at that time, what we all need to do at that time, is literally focus our attention about calling in help from our spiritual team, period. I am asking for divine intervention. I am asking for protection. And I know that I am protected. I know you will keep me protected. I am safe. And if something happens, it's for a lesson. It's powerful. Our words are freaking powerful. That's why we got to be careful about what we say about other people when we're mad. Dang. Wow, I love this one. This is awesome. Goddess of Awakening. And and you know what? We don't just wake up. We keep awakening. I think it's funny when people say, I've had my awakening. Oh, really? How many times? Because we get to a certain level and then Spirit says, you got that? You got that? Okay, now wipe that out because we're going up a completely different level. And then you're like, what? And now you got to learn a whole new thing because you've mastered that, you got to that, and now that's obsolete because now your mind is opening broader. And that's why I'm saying, at this point, my heart is only in one spot and I don't see myself with anyone else, right? My twin is the only one there. That's the level that I'm on. And she's saying, well, maybe you're not up on your 15th level. If you get to your 15th level, it'll just be all love, open. And I'm like, nah, there's only one twin soul for me. And that's where I'm at. That's the level I'm at, right? I might level up and be different, but not now. So, and people will say to me also, and this is for you too, about limiting ourselves. When I speak this out, okay, well now you're telling him that, so he can take his time and be lazy and fuck around and do all this stuff, and he knows you're waiting for him. No, I'm not waiting for him. And if he thinks that way and is going to take his time and fuck around and be lazy, he's not awake. He's not on his path, and he's not ready for me. Because an empress meets an emperor, right? So why would you ever not tell the one that you love them? It's childish. Okay, Goddess of Awakening. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. So, as you're sleeping, Spirit is talking to you. Spirit is talking to you as you are asleep. You are also, what I want you to visualize here, Ramona, it's extremely powerful, especially with what I just said to you. This is protection. Look at what Spirit is shining down on you. You are not even awake, and they are all over you. This is love. This is healing. This is protection. You are watched over by millions. Look at these stars. Do you know what? These are star beings. This is Spirit. And the greatest light of all is shining right on you. All of your chakras are lit up. All you need to do is open your heart, open your mind, and say, thank you. I accept your healing. I accept your love. I accept your blessings into my life at this time. I accept your protection. I am a wondrous being of light. I am connected to the greatest source in all eternity. We are one. I am healthy. I am strong. I am powerful. I am whole. I am safe. I am so very loved. You've seen orbs? Well, look at them. They're all around you. I see orbs too. I haven't seen orbs for a while. I used to see them floating around like fairies. That's what they are. They're fairies. The little ones. But orbs, they're all around you. I love that for you. So what is it? So it's about exploring. What is it that you would like to do? You know what I want to do? I got this message this morning, and you guys might have seen it. I posted the results for the intuitive reading, and it was a really positive. I was excited for everybody to get the messages. I want to take a macrame course. When I was a teenager, we did macrame in school, and I have this macrame pot hanger. This is my landlord's. See this? I freaking love those. And you can't find them. Whoops, my phone just did something weird. There we go. You can't find them anywhere. And I don't remember how to do it. And I remembered when we did it, it wasn't hard. It was fun. I want to take a macrame course. But Spirit's saying this is about exploration. This is about creativity and romance. But what I feel is most important is romancing yourself, falling in love with yourself, forgiving yourself, telling yourself how proud you are of yourself. This is you by yourself here. Our most important relationship is with ourselves. And nobody's ready for anybody else if they don't love themselves and they aren't at peace with themselves and they haven't forgiven themselves. It's very, very important that you be your own best friend. That you're proud of yourself. I have made mistakes on this channel publicly many times. I was telling my client, man, I said, if you went back and looked at my readings years ago, I would be so embarrassed. I would want to delete them, but I'm not. I'm leaving them all there because it shows my journey. It shows how I've grown up. I have soul sisters and soul brothers that have watched me. You guys have watched me grow up on this page. I've changed a lot. Isn't that beautiful? It is. That was your gift. I think that's awesome. So we have to forgive ourselves first, right? And if we get good at forgiving ourselves, then we got to get good at forgiving other people. It's kind of like, you know, they did the best they could with what they had at the time. That's all they were capable of, really. Wow, that person threw that shade at you. That's all they were capable of. They obviously aren't awake. They're asleep. I mean, how can you fault somebody for not knowing? Now, if somebody truly chooses to do something evil to you, they are definitely asleep, and they need all the help they can get. So blessings on your journey, but stay far away from me, right? Okay, who's next? I want to learn more about becoming a healer. Ask. Ask. So just say it. I am a healer. And then people think that it has to be like a reader. I've got to be a reader, or I've got to be a Reiki master, or when you're the kind of person like my best friend Diane in Wisconsin, that all she has to do is walk into a room and it heals people. Her energy is healing. She's just a sweet, loving person. She doesn't say, I don't think I've ever heard her say anything negative about anybody except for maybe the person who hurt her stepson, you know? But she's like all love, and her gift is just being alive. She's a healer just walking into a room. So, you know, a lot of times people are asking what their path is, and they've been doing it their whole life. I did 4. I want 1 more. I mean, I said 1 more. I said I would do 5. I did 4. Spirituality in past lives. So then start doing it. Start reading on. That's what I did. Just go online and start looking it up. Start getting books and reading and listening to other people's posts. Ask Spirit to teach. I'm taught in my dreams. That's how Spirit teaches me. They teach me in my dreams, and then they teach me through the animals. We're all taught in different ways. I can't tell you how you're going to be taught. 1 for me? Yeah. 1 for me? 1 for me. What is my deck? Oh, I love the song playing right now. She's got her own thing. That's why I love her. See how I said you got to be independent? Remember that who got the message about the golden had the apple? If you're waiting for someone else to do it for you, it's going to be a cold day in hell. Get out and do it yourself. She's got her own thing. That's why I love her. Independent. 2 independent people. Holly. Okay. You're welcome. Holly. Music. Holly. Holly. Holly is a musician. I'm just asking. Actually, I have a message for you, Ramona, in a second. I'll put it up here. I just thought of something. Okay, Holly. Holly, your deck is The Universal Love Guide by Tony Carmine Salerno. He's my favorite author. I haven't done you, Beth? Oh, Beth, yeah. So, and I can't remember what I said just now. I get these things that Spirit's talking so fast. I don't know. I said it already. Wow. Something you're expecting is not going to happen the way you think. There's a different version of events that are going to unfold. Yeah. Good. Well, there's something you're holding back, though. You're holding on to. Money, your heart. There's something that you're holding on to. So release. That's it. I just said it. Release. Doesn't even matter if you don't know what it is. Just say, I release it. I release it. Spirit kept telling me all the way home, release, let go. Release, let go. Maybe it's just let go and let Spirit have, just flow, go with the flow. Whatever it's going to be, just release, let go. Don't worry about it. Let go of the worry, let go. About waiting for someone to do it for me. Okay. I want to tell you guys something. I did a reading on the way home, and it was amazing. It was it was really amazing. I had like 4 decks that I was able to reach, and I just set the phone up on a holder, and I talked, and I picked up the card, and I read by all the trucks that were going by and all the messages. It was the most amazing reading. I was super excited, and Spirit shut it off. It was a trip. They let the first part go out, and then they stopped it, and then they started it up again. That's why I know Spirit did it. Or the government, because I found out a lot of other things. It could be both. But the reason, what I'm saying is it was recording, and then it stopped, and then it started recording again, and I never touched the phone. So everything that I said was not to be released. And I thought, okay, so some of the information, so if Spirit does not want something to be released, it won't be released. If I'm not meant to do something, I won't. Like, if I'm not supposed to say something, it won't come out of my mouth. So I took it that I knew that my twin heard everything I said, and it was information that I needed for myself. And it was also teaching me. It was teaching me that I don't need these decks. I use the decks because they're like a tool. But I read driving. I read the license plates. I read the pictures that I see in the clouds. I read the rocks. Remember? And the reading that I did, the second part of the reading that I did up on the mountain between the Sphinx and the lion was off the hook, and it wasn't recorded. The same thing happened. It recorded, it stopped, and it started to record again, and I was like, wow, that was not to be released to anyone. So I'm telling you, when something is not to be released, it won't be. That's your message. Spirit does that to me sometimes. They will stop me from doing something if they don't want me to do it or say it. Yeah, always. Okay, Beth, absolutely, I do know, and I know what I have to do. Right on. Okay, so heaven on earth. This is for Holly. Holly is as a warrior. Holly is a musician. She taught herself how to play the guitar, which is amazing. To me, that just blows my mind. That just shows you how gifted we are, right? Well, she is. And Holly's had a lot of health issues. She's had brain surgery. She's had all kinds of stuff happen, really heavy duty. And she's still plucking along, and she's got a very open heart. She's a beautiful soul. She is heaven on earth. So what's going on is, this is the truth. We have heaven and hell here. There is no heaven. There is no hell. People think that they're going to heaven. There is nothing. This is what was created. Spirit is, right? This is our life. This is it. There is no hell. It's all right here. It's all right here. It's all in our head. It's either your life is shit or your life is beautiful. I've told you guys a million times about the story about the guy in the hospital bed with the guy next to him, and he was so jealous about that man next to him that he got that beautiful view, and he used to tell him about he was consumed with anger and hate and jealousy for what that person was able to see. Fuck him for getting that place. And then finally the guy died and he got to take his bed. Can I finally move over there? Can you open up the curtains? And they open up the curtains and there's nothing there but a brick wall. The man was blind. What he was seeing was what he decided he wanted to see. That is why it does make sense when Spirit says, what are you thinking? Do you like what you're creating with what you're thinking? If not, change your stinking thinking, because you're creating a scene that you don't want. You will create your future. If you think it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. And if it wasn't bad, you're going to make it be bad. Think positively. Right now, this message says that you have helped create a disturbing situation in your own life by your thinking. You have helped do this by either giving it power, believing it, allowing it, focusing on it, whatever it is. Regardless of who it is or what it is, it could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be an idea, it could be, I don't know, whatever it is. But because you now know that, sometimes we unwittingly do that, right? I catch myself all the time. When I do these readings and I edit them. When I say edit, I don't cut things out. What I do is I add things and I listen back to what I say, because my higher self speaks a lot and I'm going so quickly that I'm not able to catch everything I'm saying. So I listen later and I hear my own higher self talking, and I get smacked all the time. I'm like, oh God, shit, I did that. I'm doing that. That message isn't for her. That message is for you. So once you figure it out, you now have the power to uncreate it and create a better picture. So it's possible to create heaven while you're on earth. If it is another person, possibly, that's in a negative space or a negative way, like that woman that was here. Wow, she did that to me. She gave me a headache when I wasn't even here. She hurt my cat, right? Well, she's never going to do that again, because she's obsolete now. She's no threat to us. She's just a bitter, angry, jealous woman whose energy is not allowed in our arena any longer. And we detach from her and we wish her well and blessings on her journey, but remove her, right? So if there's a person or a situation, that's how you handle it. You don't have to pull yourself into it. You just detach from it. Find out what it is that's bothering you. And I'm not going to plug into that source. I'm going to pull the plug on that source. I was vacuuming in my dream, and I pulled the plug because I was cleaning up somebody else's shit. It wasn't mine to clean up. By me doing that, it's like jumping into a mud puddle to help that person get clean. They don't want to get clean, They're not going to get clean by me jumping into that mud puddle. It's not my job to clean up your mess. You clean it up. Do you feel a savior complex? Do you feel like you need to save the world? Do you feel like you need to help everybody all the time? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been taking off a lot more time off. I used to do a reading every Sunday. I used to do a reading every single day, and it was killing me. I wasn't paid for any of it. Most of the people actually didn't even pay attention to it. And now when I go and I come on, there, you know, the information is there. But still, you know how many people are listening right now? 4 people right now. Now, a lot more people will see it when it goes on YouTube, but I spend all my time and energy doing this for 4 people. You know, so it's you got to be responsible with your own energy, with your own time. So instead of plugging into whatever it is that's negative, even if it's a family member, it's not your job to clean it up. You detach from it, send them light and love, and allow them and their karmic lessons to play out. Because things happen, and if we step in, we're interfering in somebody else's karma. It has to play out. So basically, I focus on love. For me and my part, I choose peace. I send you love, and when I send whatever I send out is going to come back to me. So if you're finding a lot of negative stuff coming back at you constantly, well, what are you sending out, or what are you focusing on, or what are you allowing yourself to stay around, or what is the energy of the people that you're associating with? One person is not going to go into that room and change everybody, but that room can change one person's energy. If it's that toxic, get out of it, even if it's in your head. Holly, at the end of each day, I journal all my day's blessings to remind myself during the difficult days that good happens even when things are tough. Caitlin Wise's idea, good works. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But right now, this is a situation that's happening. This is a message for you. So there is a situation that you have helped create. And Spirit's pointing it out to you so that you can detach from it. There is something that you have helped create. It might have been your own fear. It might have been your own worry. It might have been you feeling bad for somebody else. Don't feel bad for someone else because you're feeling bad. They're not. It doesn't help them for you to feel bad for them. I can see a lot of times empaths, we do that. We care too much for other people. I made myself sick. My body has still not recovered. My skin has still not recovered from when my body went into, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called. The doctor told me. I did it to myself because I was so worried about what I saw my twin going through. He didn't ask me to do that. I did it to me. And it broke my body down. I was very, very sick. Song right now, I got used to you being someone that loved me, and you pulled the rug. Somebody is crying. I got used to you being someone that loved me, and now you pulled the rug, and now I'm falling apart. It's like somebody wanting you to feel bad for them. You pulled the rug. If you pulled the rug like I pulled the plug, it wasn't good for me. That's why I pulled it. Anyway, that was your message. Who was? Oh, I'm next. I'm next, and then that's it, because I gotta go. I haven't eaten, and I gotta go talk to my cats. Song, I kind of like the way you helped me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to help me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting used to being someone that you loved. Now, that's another thing I'm just going to say for whoever it is. You're welcome. It hurts sometimes. If my twin, my spiritual twin, chooses in his free will to not come together with me in this lifetime, Spirit will let me know when I'm meant to let it go, and I will grieve. I won't lie to you. It'll break my heart more than I can even explain. And I'll allow my body to grieve, and I won't hide it from any of you. I don't know how long it would take me to get over, but even just thinking about it hurts me. And I won't hide it, but he has free will. And sometimes people don't choose to walk the path that they're meant to walk. The first twin didn't. He was afraid, and he let fear overcome him. So, acceptance. This is I guess this is my message I just started shuffling. I was going to give a message to Ramona, because and this isn't even the deck. I thought I was picking up the what's it called? Soul's Path. Like, what is your soul's path? That is a deck that I because you said you wanted to learn more about spirituality, and there is actually a deck. It's probably, I don't know, I thought they had them all here. I probably have it over in my other cabinet. But anyway, what I started to work with was the Indigo Angels. And I'm an Indigo empath. I am an Alpha Indigo. I am the first generation of the Indigos. And my message is acceptance. And I'm turning my face away from my moon. My moon is me. So maybe I'm being taught a lesson. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see acceptance is I have to accept things as they are now. It is what it is. It's not what it's going to be in the future. It is what it is right now. That's what I'm seeing. So what it is sometimes when we know what's coming, or we're trying to make sense of something that's coming, we make mistakes and we reject things. I disagree. This is not right for me. I'm not doing this. Are you rejecting something or someone that you shouldn't? Accept yourself completely as you are. You cannot change everything you don't like. Some things have to be tolerated. Some things we have to go through. Some things just are. Some things are somebody else's story, right? So my message is that I need to ask Spirit to help me. Because what did I tell you all the way home from Sedona? I was supposed to let go. Let go, release, release, let go, release, let go. And so I'm being asked to release and let go of something that I don't like. Something that has to be tolerated. And I need to ask Spirit to give me the strength to let go and accept things to be easier for myself. Love doesn't have to be difficult. Life doesn't have to be difficult. I came into this world a cesarean baby. I was lifted out of my mother's womb after her almost dying, and I almost died. And it's a known fact that cesarean children, because they didn't have to struggle through the birth canal, feel like they have to fight their way through life. I always take the hardest route. I always have. I always take the hardest hike up the side of a mountain. I always do. I'll go up the face, I'll go up the back, and then I find a trail. But even if there was a trail, I don't take it. I've got this thing inside of me that says, like Ralph Waldo Emerson, what is the quote? Don't go where others lead. Blaze a trail and leave a path. Or blaze a path, whatever, something like that. That's my motto. That's always been who I am. And so, is there something in my life, or something or someone that I am rejecting? I have to accept everything as it is right now. Because if I'm not, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. And if I'm fighting it, I'm hurting myself. I don't like certain things. I don't like waiting. I have been made to wait. That's my biggest test, is I've been made to wait. So, I would like to know what it is that I'm supposed to let go of. Wow, somebody just gave me a gift. Remember the message we got today? Something wonderful is about to happen. You might get a present. Somebody just sent me a message and said, wow, I'm not alone. I know what I'm supposed to let go of. I'm not alone. So I have to let go and understand that I am not alone. I'm not doing this by myself. I don't have to worry about my phone ringing. I don't have to worry about readings coming in. I don't have to worry where my twin is and if love's coming into my life, because I'm not alone. I just have to let go. There's a lot of help available to me. And this is a message for you guys too. I've told you I've got myriads of angels all around me. And we're all doing the best that we can. My mission is very important. And I'm guided, and I have angels that guide me, and I have soul family that guides me. So this is it. This is what we have. We're not alone, except that you don't have to do it all. Let go. Let go of the need to control anything. Let go of the... Sometimes I feel compelled to say certain things. Like I feel like I need to say this. I would say things because I felt like my twin needed to hear me. He needed to know that I was here. He doesn't need to hear anything. He can hear my heart. So I'm going to ask for I found a deck in here. And I don't even know what it's called. I got it at my thrift store a while ago. Ask and it is given. And it's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So I'm going to ask for a message for us. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ask and it is given. Who am I rejecting? What am I rejecting? Okay, so I just said, who am I rejecting and what am I rejecting? And I heard I'm rejecting myself. I didn't think I was. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Who am I rejecting? Correct for neutrality. What is our message? My emotions are vibrational interpreters. Your eyes, your ears, even your nose, your tongue, and your fingertips are translating vibrations. But your most sophisticated of vibrational interpreters are by far your emotions. By paying attention to the signals of your emotions, you can understand with absolute precision everything you are now living or have ever lived. That's why we don't ask ourselves what we think. We ask ourselves what we feel. What do you feel? How does that feel to you? Let's do another one. I like that. My slightest improvement is of such great value. There is tremendous value when you are able to deliberately cause even the slightest improvement in the way you feel. For even in that small emotional improvement, you may have regained a measure of control. You no longer feel powerless. And so you trek back up the emotional scale. Your trek back up the emotional scale is not only possible, but it is relatively easy. I just got a thought, you guys. You guys have heard of the Heyoka, right? The Heyoka trickster. It's an empath. It's the strongest, most powerful of empaths, and they trick you. They will never say to another that they are a Heyoka because they're humble. But you will be tricked, and sometimes we trick ourselves. And that message that we just got just now, the emotional barometer, by your emotions, you know. And I said to you, if you get a card, and somebody gives you a card, and it doesn't feel right for you, it's not right for you. It's not your message. But it was my card, yep, but it wasn't your message. Maybe it was a test. Maybe your own inner Heyoka is testing yourself. So I asked, what is it that I'm supposed to let go? Who am I rejecting? What am I supposed to let go? And it's really stupid, but I'm going to tell you guys, because I'm honest. Every time I'm told to let go, my first fear that hurts me is my twin, because I can't let go. And so I instantly, this is how I react. And then I get calm and I listen. And I've got the radio on in the background. You guys can't hear it. I've got it on really quietly. And he's talking to me right now. I'm not letting go. So what was it that I needed to let go of? Fear. I needed to let go of my fear. Because our mind can trick us. Our mind would make us believe things that are not true. I'm a teacher. I just freaking sat here and told you guys all that. How our own mind can trick ourselves. That narcissistic, cold bitch inside of us. I let go of my fear. I will never lose him. He's always with me. But what happens is, I told you how How dark energy will, when it will implant thoughts in your head, right? They will do that. Because what did I say? That's the last thing they want, is the spiritual twins to come together. And if I fear that, it'll never happen. My thinking creates my reality. That it was not my twin that I need to let go of. How could I let go of myself? My twin is me. We share the same soul. It's impossible. So I let go of my fear, and I realized that life is supposed to be fun. Get out of your head. Get out of that stinking thinking. Get out of the worry. And if you don't know what you're supposed to let go of, you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know it until you know it. And you can't fault yourself for not knowing what you don't know while you don't know it. Right? So that's what I said. Sometimes it's not your message. Sometimes it's a trick. And it's not really a trick. It's causing you to grow. It's causing you to think. And it's also solidifying what is your heart telling you. Even myself, I've told you, these are tools. I don't trust my cards as much as I trust my animal messengers. And when I was in that thrift store, a snow leopard peeked out underneath those curtains, was peeking out at me. Didn't say anything, was very quiet, but always watching. I know who my snow leopard is. No doubt in my mind. Hi, Joy. You need to let go of doubt, self-doubt. And then what did I say? That I was rejecting myself. What did I just say to you? Oh my God. I said, who am I rejecting? What am I rejecting? And I said, myself. Because my twin is me. I am my twin is me. I was rejecting myself. Don't reject yourself. Love yourself. When you can be in a space of peace and calm and love, you're right where you're supposed to be. I love this one. I just want to close on something totally cool. Since every request is granted, I feel no competition. Each point of view matters. Every request is granted. There is no end to the universal resources that fulfill these requests. And there is no end to the answers to the never-ending stream of questions. And for that reason, there is no competition. Bam. All right, you guys. We're at an end here. I'm exhausted. That took a lot out of me. And anyway, I hope it was good for you guys. I'm going to upload this and share this on YouTube. Thank you for helping Sandy with the people. You know, I never remember anybody's names. Yeah, the last message is beautiful. Oh, Joy. Joy just popped in, and she has such a difficult time getting on. So I'm going to do her I'll do a reading for Joy. Oh, and I'm going to use this deck. I love this deck. The Gaia Oracle. I heard this in my head when I was in Sedona. I was trying all these new decks, and I picked up the Gaia Oracle, and I had it already. And I said, you know what? This is my favorite deck. I love this deck. I love this deck. So I'm going to do it, and I don't use it enough. Lassie B, thank you. Thank you. This is for Joy. Joy has bad reception, and she often doesn't get a reading. Harmony. That's my favorite word. I said to Spirit, all I want is harmony. I love harmony. So the number is 3, and number 3 says that the Ascended Masters are working with you. Most likely ones that you are familiar with. My mom, my brother, my dad, and my brother. Wow, that's interesting. I only have one brother, and he's not dead as far as I know. How interesting. I have a brother in spirit. Anyway, harmony. So this is talking about a sense of inner harmony and outer harmony. You can see right now, she's got a lot of cords wrapped around her still. She's breaking free of them. She is connecting. She is so much a part of Gaia that she has become part of that tree. She's moving in harmony with nature. She's moving in harmony. She's allowing life to go and herself to go with the flow of life. She's channeling that energy. She's pulling that energy in, and she's making it a part of herself. She's using that energy. She pulls the wind in. She pulls the rain in. She pulls the sun in. She pulls in all of that energy. She can feel that energy moving through her body. And then she pushes that energy out in the direction that she wishes to manifest. And right now, her north, her true north, is right in the center of her heart. Her guiding star. It's in alignment. She's in alignment with, and right now all of my bells are ringing. All of my wind chimes are going. Pull that energy in. This is a very fortunate time for you, Joy. This is a very, very positive time for you. Know this and take this energy in and use it purposefully. Honor it and respect it. Notice what goes on in your mind. This is a very mind-broadening time for you. There are paths that you previously were not able to walk on that you will now be able to walk on. Doors that were closed before will now open for you. Because you are now understanding how you are able to manifest. You know how to pull that energy in and where to use it and how to use it. You know how to shield yourself. You know how to protect yourself. You know that when I speak love and I focus on love and I send love out, that vibrates away from me and it only can bring back positivity to me. I know that money flows freely to me because money is just energy. And when I send positive energy out, and I know that I'm working with my spiritual team, they're working with me. When I do the Lord's work, the Lord works for me. My spirit guides work for me. My spiritual team works for me. I am working for me. I energetically am a spiritual, powerful being of light. And if money is just energy, it comes easily to me. I don't have to ask for it. I don't have to worry about it. It's in my hands when I need it. I request it. I request this amount to cover this. Thank you. It's here. I don't worry about it anymore. And when I start getting out of alignment, when I am not in harmony with these beliefs, I realize I'm out of balance. I need to get myself grounded. I need to take my freaking shoes off and walk on the bare ground. I need to hug a tree. I need to love that wisdom in that tree. That tree has been there much longer than I have. It's seen a lot. It's withstood a lot. And I'm connecting with the earth. The earth works with me. The animals work with me and they will show me, they will guide me. I love them and they love me. I have confidence in myself. I am productive. The work that I put in, I am rewarded for richly. It's not all about money. It's understanding energy and necessity and need and the power that I wield. And when I feel that I don't have that power, or I worry and I'm sad or scared, I know that I'm out of alignment. There's something out of alignment and I got to get myself back into balance. And then I just start affirming. I am whole, perfect, powerful, strong, creative, loving, prosperous, generous, healthy. I am. And I am going to go. Oh, Brenda. Everybody keeps popping on. That's Brenda, another soul sister from Wisconsin. I do have to go. I did say I would only do 5 people, so I'm going to have to go. I hope you guys found this helpful. It was nice connecting with you guys. Willow's got to get some special food. I got to go to the pet store to get her some special food. So I got to roll out of here. Have a good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings to everybody. Have a beautiful weekend. Keep your mind in a place of this. I am in a Zen garden. With that, I say goodbye. Love you.